Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to Millennial Money. I want to be talking about the differences about the continents if you want to make a money, because I spent quite a bit of time in United States and in Europe, and I did notice there are some significant differences which help, which doesn't, pluses and minuses with both of them. I think it doesn't matter where you are, you have to work hard and be smart enough you have to have some knowledge. So now I'm in the Kansas, actually, on the farm, and the first thing that I notice, living on the farm or being in States for a while, people in States, they live to work, but on the other hand in Europe they work to live. And you probably have heard that, like, people in States, they worry about the money, they don't care about anything else, and there is something about that for sure. I can tell you that there is a lot of people that they want to be successful here, and on the other hand in Europe, I think there is a lot of people, they just trying to hang around, kind of make some money, but it's not important. So I think if you like to make money, or if you are like motivated by money, which a lot of young people are, I think States are way better because there is way more opportunities. Even if I think about the place where I'm staying now, on this farm, 7-8 p.m. or let's say 9 p.m. still busy, still working, still work to do, and and Saturday, Sunday, nobody cares, you have to do it. So that's like kind of first thing that I notice. Like the second thing I notice, people in States are way more, they are way more like risk taker, let's say, that they are okay to take a risk, way more risk than people in Europe. That's at least what my conclusion. I mean, of course, I'm just not a college kid anymore, but yeah, so that's just my opinion, that people here are way more motivated by, and they are willing to take a risk and all other, aspects that come with it, because, with the risk there is a reward, but there is downsides too, right? But yeah, that's what I noticed too. Like, I run into, like, throughout the last couple of years, throughout the, 5,000-7,000 people, and I do believe in American dream, which is, you don't have to be super smart, but if you work a lot, it pays off. I'm not saying it's the best country ever, not really. Just I think it's the hard work pays off here a lot, because if you think, let's go to Europe, let's say you are in Middle Europe, and there is like so much stuff going on right now, Middle East, there is a Ukraine stuff going on, and that doesn't help, obviously. Like in Europe, a lot of countries used to be socialist, which in socialism you don't have any competition, so that's why in States, there is the Silicon Valley, which, technology and everything, like big companies were created, and they have all the HQs over there. And I think that's, like in Europe there is, I feel like Europe is a bit behind most of the countries. Of course, that's the other thing, like let's say you want to start a startup and you need the funding and so on. I think in United States it's way easier to work on it, because whether you are in Kansas or let's say you are, I don't know, in Minnesota, all the requirements are very similar. Of course, there are differences when it comes to certain topics like startups, or, but let's say you are in Europe and you have a startup in Germany and you want to get some cash, it's totally different when you are in Czech Republic. So that's the thing that what I like in States, they are more united, United States of America. There is something about it. Of course, there is a lot of places that you pay different taxes, so there are differences, but like the most things are very common, whether you pay 7% sales tax or 8.5%, not big difference. But the other thing that I notice, and I'm not saying that it's 100% true, I just feel it's like that, people in States are way more friendly and open-minded than on the other hand in Europe. I just see it through this, whenever I have a flat tire or I need a help, or and there are people just, I like to go for a run around here on the farm. It's middle of nowhere, and when I go for a run, on the country roads, every single time I'm on the run, or I have a break, some car just pull up and ask for help, do you need anything, and so on. On the other hand, when I go run back in Europe, I never had anybody to ask, do you need any help? Which doesn't mean, people are different, but I feel, because back home I am in small community as well as like here. I don't know, I think people in States are way more friendly and open-minded. Of course, I'm not saying that everybody says hello or whatever. I'm saying more about that if you need help. I did see people in small communities, when, they needed help and community put money together, 20, 30,000, and everybody put like 50 or 70 bucks, but power of community or nice people, you cannot go wrong with that. So I feel in States it's easier kind of like to do this networking, or once you do it, people are helping each other instead of, being super envy or so on. And I remember I was talking with one guy last year in Oklahoma, and he was from Mexico, and he told me, you know what, Michael, this is land of opportunity, because there is no other country in the world that you can come, as a foreigner, build something in one generation. He was saying, like you just have to work, you work hard, being smart, got to know people, doesn't matter, but if you work hard on your journey and you have some goals, you will make it at least in some way. He was not like millionaire, probably he was, but nothing crazy, but just he came from totally different country, and he told me this is land of opportunity. There is no other place like that. And I feel so too, because here I did see, especially when it comes to farming, I see like South Africans over here, they want to work and they make good money, they just come work. And I did ask one farmer, how many hours they work when it's harvest time, and he was like 150. I was like, what, a month? No, a week. Yeah, I'm not sure how is that possible, but they were on the call 24/7, and it was crazy time. But so there is, something about that people here work a lot, but of course nobody's, forcing you. That's the thing, I like, when I'm not forced and I work a lot, and it's just more you like what do you do, or you have some goals and you want to make it, so that's why you work hard. But there's nobody, with all these farmers or all these people running businesses that I run into, I notice like there's nobody saying you have to work 100 hours a week, but there's just, that's the mentality, or I don't know. Of course, yeah, but that's just my point of view, so I'm not saying it's 100%, for everybody, but that's how I just feel it. And like last thing, like let's say you want to buy a house, I know at least in Middle East, Europe, you want to buy a house, you have to have at least 20% down. That's, or there used to be 10% when you were lucky, but now it's like 20%. But in States, you can get this FHA loans, you can just put 3% down. So if house costs like 100K, you put 3.5%, yeah, not 3.5, so it's 3.5 grand, So I think in States, it's infrastructure over there, it's already created, That's why you can see, in my opinion, there's so many foreigners, they made it big in single generation. But either way, it doesn't matter where you are, you just have to work, and nothing is for free anywhere, and everything is changing quite a bit. So if you can, I always say, my friends, and if you can come to States, if you cannot work here, don't have visa, just come and travel and see how it's different, and you will see yourself, But yeah, let me know what you think. Don't forget to smash the like button if you like it, and subscribe button. I appreciate a lot, and yeah, until next time, see ya.